Hi, you guys. Hello, hello, hello on this magnificent fun day Monday. Yes, it is. Welcome to Audrey's reading area. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 5 p.m.
Stop. All right. Wow, you guys. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Today is Fun Day Monday. I'll be reading a nice book, a special book that a longtime friend of mine named Brian Martin sent me. I am loving this book. I didn't even pre-read it. I didn't read it, but I know it's going to be good. The celebration continues for Black History Month, although it's March 1st. But this is a book with some great people in it. Thank you. Shout out to Brian Martin. I really appreciate the book and the gifts that you have sent me. Thank you so much. You got me smiling for real. All right. So now, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit share, and don't forget to go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. I promise you this is a very special book. It's called Making Their Voices Heard. Bam! Making Their Voices Heard. Yes, thank you. Shout out to Brian Martin. Making Their Voices Heard. The inspiring friendship of Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe. Yes, Making Their Voices Heard. I don't even know how long this book is, but we're going to read this whole thing. We're going to read it. Okay, Ella and Marilyn. On the outside, you couldn't find two girls who looked more different. But on the inside, they were alike, full of hopes and dreams and plans of what might be. Wow. Making Their Voices Heard. The inspiring friendship of Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe. And it says words by Vivian Kirkfield. And the art by, it looks like Alina Harris. Wow. Making Their Voices Heard. I'm excited to read this book. Thank you, Brian Martin. Thank you, Brian. Ella and Marilyn. Look at this. Ella and Marilyn. Look at that. On the outside, you couldn't find two girls who looked more different. But on the inside, they were alike, full of hopes and dreams and plans of what might be. Ella sang for her supper on the streets of New York City, but she dreamed of sharing her voice with the world. When she stepped on stage for an amateur night competition at the Apollo Theater, her voice brought the crowd to their feet. Goodbye, street life. Hello, jazz band. Song after song, Ella scaled high notes and low notes on her way to fame. Marilyn painted airplane parts in a Hollywood, California factory, but she hoped to become a great actress. Wow. I didn't know that about Marilyn Monroe. I'm going to read that again. Marilyn painted airplane parts in a Hollywood, California factory, but she hoped to become a great actress. When a photographer snapped pictures of women helping with the war effort, her brilliant smile captivated the camera. Goodbye, factory job. Hello, studio contract. Movie after movie, knowing just when to laugh or cry on cue, Marilyn inched closer to stardom. Wow. For years, Ella's velvety, I'm going to say this, shooby-dooby-doos, wowed audiences. Jazz greats like Dizzy Gillespie and Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington couldn't wait to share the stage with her. She sold out her concert tours abroad. That means overseas, in different countries. But still, in her own country, too many doors were closed to her. In 1954, some club owners worried their customers wouldn't come if they played jazz music. Many wouldn't hire black performers, and others would only showcase glamorous female stars like Lena Horne, Dinah Shore, and Edith Piaf. Piaf. But Ella refused to give up on her dream. She refused. Marilyn struggled with not having her voice heard in a different way. She dazzled fans with her baby blue eyes and breathy boo. It says boo boo be doos, boo boo be doos. That kind of sounds like Betty Boop, but you didn't hear it from me. But when she asked for better scripts and higher salary, the studio bosses ignored her. As a woman working in an industry run by men, she found that her needs and her opinions did not matter to them. One day, her manager handed her a new script with a big singing role. A big singing role. He told her to listen to the best female singers so she could learn tempo and tone. Marilyn knew who the best was, her idol, Ella Fitzgerald. Marilyn ran right out and bought a pile of Ella's records. Over and over, she listened to Ella vocalize, harmonize, and croon those jazzy blues as only she could. Wrapping herself in Ella's voice, Marilyn understood how Ella's music was more than just notes that were sung. It was something special that came from deep inside of her. It reminded Marilyn of how she always put a little bit of herself into each character she portrayed on screen. Finally, the movie premiered. Critics praised Marilyn's performance. They loved her singing style and unique voice. Fans waited in long lines at the theater. The studio made lots of money. Now, when Marilyn spoke, her bosses paid attention, and reporters and photographers followed her everywhere. They followed her everywhere. It says, "Gentleman Prefers Blondes" by Marilyn Monroe. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. That's one of her movies. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Marilyn Monroe. I remember seeing it. Determined to thank Ella in person, Marilyn bought a ticket to Ella's next show. Ella took the stage. She looked out at the audience. Was that her favorite actress sitting right there? Look at that. When the show was over and the crowd thinned out, only 2 women were left. Can you guess which 2? Sitting shoulder to shoulder, Ella and Marilyn, Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe. They chatted. Marilyn idolized Ella because the singer always remained true to herself. Not only did she love Ella for her voice, but she also loved her as a person. Marilyn told Ella how much she had learned by listening to her records. Ella's heart sang, and in doing so, she had helped Marilyn find her voice. Wow. Wow. Look at the Hollywood sign. This is a beautiful, beautiful illustration. Ella was already famous for her voice, but because of discrimination, not everyone was able to hear it. She told Marilyn that the owner of the Hollywood's top night spot, the Mocambo, refused to hire her. Marilyn empathized with Ella. Although she didn't know what it was like to be singled out because of her race, she did know how it felt to be held back because she was a woman. As Ella helped Marilyn find her voice, now Marilyn wanted to do the same for her. Putting their heads together, Marilyn and Ella hatched a plan. They hatched a plan. Ella picked out her music, practiced her songs, and polished her vocals while Marilyn called the owner of the club, Macombo, to make a deal with him. She'd bring the media to the club's doorstep if he'd hire Ella to perform. Reporters would write about it, and everyone would want to buy a ticket to Ella's shows there. The owner said yes. Look at that. The owner said yes. On opening night, the club was packed. Ladies in sequin gowns, men in shiny tuxedos, reporters and photographers crowded inside. Draped in furs, Marilyn sat at a table up front, ready to cheer on her friend. Her head held high. Her head was held high. You'll know what that means. She's proud. Her head held high. Ella took center stage, ready to wow the audience. That's a friend. Look at this. I knew I was going to love this book. The band played. Marilyn swayed to the melody. Ella swayed to the rhythm. Marilyn held her breath. Ella filled her lungs and unleashed her musical genius. She sang her heart out for every man, woman, and child whose voice needed to be heard. Wow. For the rest of their lives, Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe remained good friends. Ella never missed one of Marilyn's movies, and Marilyn never stopped listening to Ella's songs. On the outside, these two stars couldn't have looked more different, but on the inside, they both understood that sometimes even stars need a little help to shine. Ella Fitzgerald, y'all. Marilyn Monroe, y'all. That's right. The end. Now, the author has some notes. It's a little too long to read. Wow. I'm going to read a little bit on the front. I'm going to read the note on the insert, the inside of the cover. It says, Ella Fitzgerald's velvety tones and shooby-dooby-doos captivated audiences. Yes, Marilyn Monroe dazzled on the silver screen with her baby blue eyes and breathy boop-boopy-doos. Two women whose voices weren't being heard. These two women chasing after their dreams and discovering they needed each other to help achieve them. This is the inspiring true story of two women who came together to help one another shine like the stars that they'd forever be known as. Wow. Wow. You guys see this? Making their voices heard. Wow. Thank all of you guys for being here. I'm going to shout everybody out who's here. Thank you for being here. Let me scroll up and see who's here. Mom, thank you, Mom, for always being here for me. Born, aw, thank you for being here for me. Always here for me. Shimi, thank you so much for being here for me. You're always here. And Sheena G, thank you. I know Brian is here. I was going to say Brian's name for last because Brian is the one that bought me this book. Thank you. And he bought me some other stuff too. But I won't talk about all that stuff. But thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Samuel Klein, thank you for your support and being here for me as I read these fun and exciting books like this, making their voices heard. The inspiring friendship of Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe. I didn't even know. Thank you. Once again, Brian Martin, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for being here with me here at Audrey's Reading Area. And please don't forget to hit like. Please don't forget to share it. And please don't forget to go on over to YouTube. I have over 430 videos on YouTube. Yes, I do. Thank you. And I'll see you again tomorrow live at 5. Live at 5 tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys so much.